Hi friends, how are we? How we doing? Welcome to this video, welcome to my channel. Today, as you can tell from the title, we are doing 2016 makeup. And let me tell you, I'm scared because 2016 makeup, there was a lot of makeup on the face, full coverage foundation, a crap ton of concealer, no blush, heavy on the bronzer, the eye makeup, bold, glam, cut crease, the brows, highlight, blinding. We're gonna do it, the lip, matte, and I'm gonna be scared. So let's jump into this. If you want to go along for this journey, keep on watching. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all my social medias. TikTok's gone, so it's my Instagram and Twitter. TikTok isn't gone. You'll find that in the description. So, primer. None of my primers are from 2016. So, disclaimer. I've seen a lot of 2016 makeup videos on the internet within the past year. We are in 2025, so I've seen a lot of 2016 makeup in 2024, and some people just don't get it. If you didn't watch the videos in 2016, if you didn't do the makeup in the 2016 to 2018 realm, you're not going to get it. Like, this was not a thing. This came out in like 2020-ish. Unfortunately, none of my primers were around in 2016, 2018 when I started makeup in 2018. But I say we because I was doing makeup kind of in 2018. A mattifying primer is the way to go. As you can see, my skin is glowy right now. I did moisturize my face. So we're gonna go in with a mattifying primer. This is from Milk Makeup. It is the Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. I wanna say I've used this once. So we're gonna add a crap ton. I need more on that side because makeup conservation wasn't much of a thing. Why do I keep putting white liquids on my face? Oh, so much. Ew, so much. Okay, while I am an oily person, I don't use mattifying primers because they've just made my skin so dry that I don't use them anymore. Okay, that actually did a good job of mattifying my skin, and my skin doesn't look dry, which is really nice. So foundation, everyone was full coverage, matte, the whole thing. So I'm gonna go in with a full coverage foundation that I know works. I did have the matte version of this foundation, but I only have the activewear. You know, it's the Maybelline foundation. I would put it on my face, but we're having a little issue with the pump being blocked by foundation. So trying to get it to work, just put a crap ton on my hand. We're not using this much foundation. I'm wasting foundation. We're just gonna glob it on because we used a crap ton all over the place. So I have that much on my hand. That scratch is from one of my cats. It's from Marnie, my girl, who I don't think will make an appearance because she's sleeping in another room. Anyway, we have so much foundation on. Usually the way it all worked was you would literally just squeeze it on your face and blend it with a sponge. We're barely going to use brushes. We're going to use brushes for bronzer and highlight. Other than that, we're using a sponge. And what other sponge could I be using? The red Morphe sponge. I don't like this sponge. I think it's too firm and it's just not my favorite, honestly. So we're just gonna blend it in. Now, a primer that people loved in 2016 was the Benefit Professional. But then again, my reference is mainly 2018 because that's when I started doing makeup. So going with that makeup trends and products. But the Professional was everyone's jam. They loved it. They all wanted no pores. They wanted them all gone. Me, on the other hand, it didn't work for me. It really did not work for me at all. Look at how full coverage this foundation is. Benefit Professional primer was everyone's primer of choice. They just loved it so much. And I think a lot of those reviews were fake. Mainly because it worked on everyone except for me that I saw, so I didn't understand the hype. I think a foundation that was really popular in 2016, 2018, and the concealer was the Too Faced Born This Way. Everyone was using it. I wasn't. I couldn't afford it. Like, they just loved that foundation or any foundation that gave full coverage, covered up everything. Any foundation that covered up everything and anything on their face, scarring, acne, discoloration, they loved. So of course, me being freshly into makeup and wanting to have some sort of following, I did too. People loved a thick concealer. They did the triangles. They did the highlighting down the center of the face. Now you see like dot, dot, done. Maybe a highlight and that's it. But no, in 2016, 2018 realm, they were obsessed with the highlighting. So we're gonna go in with a lighter concealer. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I don't remember if it was around. Like I said, Too Faced Born This Way concealer was everyone's jam. That's so much concealer. I hate how much concealer. That's the highlighting. We might add some here, but I'm probably going to do that later on. We're going with the same sponge, just going to pinch it when now they make sponges that actually have more of a point. I really need to clean that. And we're going to blend it in. Under eye bags? Where? I don't know her. I will say, it's blending out beautifully. Okay. We got our face on. I don't understand. I mean, you can see it. I don't understand what's going on right there. I've tried. We're going to deal with it. We're going to hope it works itself out. We're covered in concealer. You can see my forehead creases, which aren't great. My under eyes are creasing. I love using a smaller amount of products. Honestly, you can see, oh, I'm starting to enjoy this. My skin's actually looking so good. Fight me on it. Setting powder. The Laura Mercier setting powder, everyone was obsessed with. I never bought it. So I used a lot of Maybelline setting powders. I don't own any. My setting powders, these are my setting powders. We have the One Size setting powder, the Lunar Beauty setting powder, the Fenty Beauty setting powder, a Milk Makeup setting powder, and a Beauty Bakery setting powder. We are going to use the One Size because I'm obsessed with it, especially since it's been in the past 2 videos. Now, we all know how I like to do setting powder. I like to take a small brush underneath my eyes and then a bigger fluffy brush around my face. We're not doing that. We're going to take setting powder and the sponge and just press it all into the skin. I'm not going to take the side that has product on it. I'm going to take the other side just so I can use this side to blend out creases. We got the product. I am going to look up and we're literally just going to press it into the skin. Kind of baking, kind of not. Yeah, look at that. Look at the shininess on this side. Look at the matteness on that side. Tapping out the creases in the forehead. I hate how much product we use. There's just so much. Okay, I'm going to feel around my face. Oh, we are soft. That's so soft. I love that. Another thing everyone did was they took a really fluffy brush like this, which I'm not going to use because it's shedding like crazy. So I'm going to take a brush I know I have not used, and they literally just went around and dusted off all of the extra product. We're actually going to hold on to her for a second because we're going to use her in a moment. We're going to focus on eyes, the meat of any 2016 makeup. And I'm going to hate every second of it because, as you know, I like my translucent eye primer. I really enjoy the About Face Shadow Fix eye primer. But unfortunately, these are a newer thing. Because in 2016, we didn't use eye primer. The Juvia's Place eye primers weren't even a thing. We used concealer, and the lighter concealer, the better. So I'm not going to be using my e.l.f. concealer. I'm going to be using the Anastasia concealer. And I don't want to do this. I can feel all the makeup on my face. Please shake your cream and liquid products before you use them. I don't care if you just got it. I don't care if it's been sitting around and it's still inside its expiration year or period. Shake your freaking products. I don't like using concealer. Oh my god. Just wait till y'all see the eyeshadow palette I picked out. Y'all are gonna flip. Once again, the sponge. I hate this. I hate the feeling of concealer on my forehead. Not on my forehead, on my eyelids. So we're gonna take some setting powder because I'm already creasing. You can see it. Tap out the creases. Take the setting powder. And we're gonna set that entire thing. Where with an eye primer, you don't need to set it. It's meant to be on your eyes. It's meant to do it. But honestly, that. Oh, I heard a cat just come into my room. I think. I don't know. I don't see a cat. So here we are so far. Oh my god, I hate that. Okay, y'all ready for a throwback? Y'all ready? Oh no. Y'all ready for a throwback on an eyeshadow palette that's gonna make you go, ah! I present to you the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. The original eyeshadow palette. Look at her. She's stunning. She's so nice. I love her. So we are going to do classic 2016 bold, glam, blown out cut crease eye. And I'm so excited. I don't know why I don't do cut creases more. I love cut creases. We're going to take a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M441. Once again, my people, I'm going to say it every video. I'm not holding up the palette and telling you what shade I'm going into because I hate leaning. So I'm going to pop up a picture of the palette somewhere on the screen. It's been over here the past couple times, so it's probably going to be over here again. And I'm going to have a red circle emoji on the shade that I'm using. And the shades are on the back and they look like this. And I love it. I'm also not going to say the shade names because they're not in the front of the palette, they're only on the back and I don't feel like lifting it up. So when I post a picture of the palette over here with the circle, it's going to have the shade name underneath. So I'm just taking this shade and putting it through my crease, but because of my eye shape, I'm bringing it above and up to the brow bone. I was just through my brush. I'm going to build up the color. I love it. I love it. There's the eye shape right there. We got this shade down. You can see it a little bit. I'm starting to create like the blown out shape right here by going like that with the big fluffy brush. Now we're going to go in a little bit of a smaller brush. Going to deepen up the crease and start working on the outer V. So we're going to go in with the Morphe 433 brush. We're going to go in with this shade, still creating that V and getting onto the outer corner. There. Yeah. I'm just so happy. This is bringing me so much joy by doing this. I don't know why I don't do these more. Screw the clean girl makeup. We're all about the bold and the glam. Because there's a lot of that darker brown shade, I'm going to go in with the original brush of our original shade. And I'm just going to run it above it all to really blend it out and get some of that gradient back. Bold and we're glam. We're going to go in deeper now. So now we're going to go in with the Morphe M506. Nice. We're going to go in with a darker brown shade. Really get in this outer corner up into the V. Okay, we're going to go in with a clean brush, and I'm going to go in with the lightest matte shade of the palette, and I'm just going to run it along all of the edges. It's not matte. Now we're going to cut the crease. We're going to go back in with that lightest concealer, but this time we're just going to take it on the back of our hand. Going to pick up a flat brush. A brush I always used for this was a big flat brush. This is the Morphe M224. Now I'm going to speed up this process, but you want to coat both sides of the brush to keep that tip as flat as possible. See how you can see like a little bit of my eyelid? We're going to go above it, like so slightly, like right there, and go down to the inner corner. I am going to try and do this for you. So where? Like right there. So I'm just lightly tapping to the spot. I'm going to drag it out. Pat it all along here. As the years progressed with doing cut creases, people were busting out micellar water and Q-tips and really like clearing out the spot of where you wanted to put the crease of all shadow. I never did that. I'm going to lightly tap it out to blend into the shadow. I can't believe I still have a cut crease. I know how to do them still. That's ridiculous. Not gonna lie, I did do that kind of high. Now that we have that, I'm gonna put this off to the side. I'm gonna take that smallest Morphe brush we used, tap out the edges to begin that gradient and really just clean up the edge. People would normally put, it's so weird how I remember all of this. People would normally put like more of the eyeshadow on the brush and then swipe into the concealer. I never did. I always patted with whatever was left over on the brush. So now that we have that, I'm going to take another brush, some setting powder, and set all of that. Because like I mentioned earlier, eye crease, and you don't want creases. You also don't want a wet base, because why would you want a wet base for shimmer product to stick to when you can just have a dry base and have to bust out the setting powder? Now, before we go in with a shimmer, which I'll figure out in a moment, we're going in the previous colors and just really bringing back some of that opacity. And we're taking a little bit of that second shade, putting it right here only, because you can start to see that gradient start to come back. We're busting out the tried and true Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So we're gonna go in with those two shimmer colors right here, because we were all about double stacking the shimmers. We're gonna go in with a tiny flat brush. This is the Morphe M124, going in with this darker shimmer. We're gonna pick it up on the brush. I'm gonna spray with some setting spray. And then we're only going to apply it right on the center of the lid, leaving this inner portion open. I use patting motions to put it all over. All right, now that we have all of that bronze shimmery goodness, we're gonna go in with a lighter shade, strictly on the inner portion. All right, I'm gonna go off camera, do my brows, because everyone did not showcase how they did their brows. Add lashes, bottom lash line, and then I'll be back to do bronzer, highlight, lips, and we'll be done. I look ridiculous, but this is honestly how it was. They had a big obnoxious lash. Usually it was the Lily lashes in the style Miami. Another random fact I know. These are not. These are the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Virtues lashes in the style Wings. These are discontinued, but they were the most obnoxious lashes I have around me. I also hate applying lashes, so don't expect lashes in future videos for a while. They're also really heavy, so I hate them. Anyway, bronzer. If you had the Benefit Hoola bronzer or the KVD Shade and Light palette, then you had the bronzers of the time. Same with the contours. I don't have those. I used to have the Shade and Light palette, but I don't. So I'm just gonna go in with what I know and use all the time, and a brush I normally use, because you wanted a large fluffy brush, or even a more angled styled brush. I like to go in with these two. I'm gonna go in with this guy, actually. I'm gonna go in with this angled brush and literally tap it in. I will say, as this makeup sits on my face, it is starting to break up on my nose around here and a little bit on my forehead as well. There's just so much makeup. As you can tell about my bronzer application, the placement doesn't matter. Bring it as far down as you want, bring it as far up as you want, because we're just gonna do some fun sculpting things once this is over. So you can see it like breaking up right here. You can see all of that texture. It's not looking great. I honestly blame the primer. I never use that primer. And honestly, the amount of makeup that I'm using. Like, there's so much makeup on my face, I usually can't feel it all. I can feel all of it. Like, I don't know, it's starting to look bad. Obviously, bronzer down the sides of the nose. People still do this today. Honestly, it's not bad. We're going back in with our setting powder and back in with our sponge, but on this weird flat angled edge. I'm gonna take some, and we're gonna go from the smile line. I don't know if you can see, but I started to create like a line. We're really just gonna... We're gonna do that. We're gonna let that sit there. This works better if you don't have facial hair, but here we are with facial hair. I'm gonna take it again on the very tip and put it on the nose. This is baking, and I hate it. So while we let this sit and bake, I'm gonna go with highlight. I don't remember what highlight. Oh, the Becca highlight. That was really popular. I've never owned that. So we're gonna go in with this highlight as usual, but usually I tap off the extra highlight. We're just gonna go straight in. Right on the high point of the cheek. There, just like cleaned it up. I don't know, it's supposed to do something to your face. I never did it, but whatever. Now we take the highlight down the center of our nose and really pack it onto the tip of the nose. You want to do the Cupid's bow, and obviously the forehead. I still do the forehead. I think it brings some life back to the face. Glammed dudes. Now let's do some lips. We're gonna line our lips using a darker color lip liner. We got the lip liner on. Now we're gonna take this is a Superstay Vinyl ink. These weren't around. Now, these are not for the weak. These suck at coming off. Oh, I think it just... Holy fuck. My lips look good. Okay, this is the final look. My 2016 makeup. The cut crease, the glam, the lash, the highlight, the lack of blush, the lip. When this mattifies, stunning. You can't wait. What do you think? How do you think I did? I think it actually turned out fantastic. My skin is breaking up, but it's okay. I'm okay. What do you think? What do you think of this lip combo? A Blend Money Cosmetics matte lip cream. Looks like that. And then this is the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in 120 Punchy. Looks like that. Like, that's a gorgeous combo right there. Tell me what you think of this look. Do you miss 2016 makeup? I'm always going to do more bold and glam looks. Probably not cut creases, but definitely bold and glam. Not going to do lashes for a while. Alrighty. Let me know what you think. Do 2016 makeup still? Have you ever done it? Do you like the content? Let me know what you want to see in my next... I don't have an idea in mind for my next video. Once again, follow me on all my social medias. They're all right here and they're linked down below. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below what you think. So nice. Anyway, okay, I'm going to stop looking at myself in the mirror. I'm going to go take this off and do laundry. Should I do drag makeup? Okay, bye.